You're right, all. So there's a movie called Soylent Green which came out in the '60s, and there's a spoiler alert here for anyone who hasn't seen the movie. But basically, the main point being is that New York City's ravaged with unemployment, people basically on welfare, homelessness, and so on. And the movie's set in 2022. As you can see on the right hand side here, it starts off with the progress of New York City as it goes forward, from a small rural area up into heavily urbanised industrial area. And then the industrial revolutions, whether it be the technological ones, are moving forward. And then it sort of shows something of a decline, and at certain points it shows the what we're seeing today basically in New York City. So what I'm going to do is run parallel. I mean, you've even got a face mask just there. I'll just pause on that bit and go back just to show it. Whether it's intentional or not, I don't know, but the director hangs on to that clip for quite a while, so predictive programming, more than likely. Just carry it on. Yeah, and in 2022, obviously, basically when the movie was set, you've got people lining up for food, water. Now, let me just play these two clips parallel to each other. So you've got what's happening in America right now, and the movie. As per usual, fiction is truth and truth is fiction, so, because everything's inverted in this satanic world. The people who obviously made this movie knew what the intentions of the elites were, the plans that were coming up. But yeah, you can see, like the parallels between the two. You've got all these African migrants, Mexican migrants, kind of sitting around asking for food. And it's identical to the movie, basically. I just thought I'd draw a parallel to that. And yeah, that one there in particular, all them people writing for food. And then you've got all of the Africans who just arrived, also lining up begging for food. It's unbelievable, isn't it, the timing? It's extremely similar to Jean Raspail's Camp of the Saints, because Camp of the Saints talks how the Africans, and with the third world in general, invades the whole Western world, all asking for handouts. But again, like I've been called racist a couple of times in the last 24 hours. Well, who put Europe together? Who put the Western world together? Was it black people? You got to remember all these people are coming here asking for handouts and food. But I'm going off on a different topic here. I wanted to draw a parallel mainly to Soylent Green and what's happening right now, and the unbelievable timing and accuracy of the movie being parallel to what's happening in reality right now. And that's it. Cheers. Further, what I'd like to add to it, obviously this is happening in Lampedusa in Italy, and again it shows pretty much that you can't trust any politician. You get a right-wing politician in, and when they go and let all the migrants in, it's the same as Maggie Thatcher did when she was going on about swamping, that the country might become a swamp with immigrants with different cultures, and obviously then just let them all in and carried on. So much for the Iron Lady. One thing I'd like to mention is that these people are absolutely perfect for what the elite want. They want a group of people completely reliant on them and rootless as well. Because these people coming here could not give a shit about the countries they're moving to. They couldn't care about the history. They want to tear it down and put their own culture and history in there instead, as they're already proving with all this fake history that they're putting in place now with black people. I actually read an article last night that black people built Stonehenge. We're actually reaching them sort of levels now, and they were the original population before white people turned up. Absolutely ridiculous. They're just literally rewriting history to suit their own means and get themselves settled in here. But getting to the main point, these people are perfect because they've come here, they're reliant on the government for food, water, accommodation, finances. They're not going to build up their own wealth and pay for their own property. They're just going to rely on the government to give it to them, and probably at our expense, at the taxpayers' expense. So yeah, these people are absolutely perfect for what the government wants. A group of people that just rely on them for everything. But the most important thing, if you get someone completely reliant on you, they're completely controllable. So they'll do anything. At the minute, they're being given everything, but at some point, the people in charge will say, hang on, you're only having this now if you put this microchip in your hand. And yeah, that's my personal opinion on one of the reasons why they're being allowed here. And for anyone who hasn't seen this video, I'll just turn him on a sec.
Stipend to help. The people who have arrived are traumatized, they're exhausted, and they need support on the island, which is being provided by the Red Cross, the Italian authorities.
That man there is pretty much what's wrong with the Western world these days. We've got too many weak, soppy, liberal men like him. They would be the people back in medieval times who would open up the drawbridge and let everybody in. We've got. I mean, the thing is, the liberal media keeps pushing that narrative. I saw it on one of the New York City headlines when I was looking at this video. It doesn't wash with me anymore. I've had enough. I think a lot of people have had enough now. You know, we were at this back in 2015 when we had like 1 million migrants just pick up and move to Europe. Now we've got millions coming here, and there's no end in sight because it's just never ending until something big happens. I don't know what that's going to be. Then I've had enough personally. My sympathy's waned big time, and that's it. Cheers.